Yeah. So ng class it going to add your class dynamically. Second thing, it going to support many different features. Like we can call the method directly. We can pass the ternary operator also. But some features, these all features not going to apply in the normal class. And we had seen that yesterday we had looked over which one class, which was that? Any idea? That was not ng class, that was different class. Class name, correct? Class name and class, we had looked over that. There we had seen that how we can pass method itself, then how we can call that means conditionally, ternary operator. So those all things. So same thing we can pass here also. It's nothing anything extra. Same thing we can pass here. So at these all comes under the attribute directives, and in the attribute directive, commonly used attribute directives are ng model, ng class, and ng style. Ng model already we had seen where we was using ng model
for taking the input. Yes. In two-way binding, sir.
Two-way binding. Yeah, correct. That was two-way binding.
सर आपका वो आइकॉन सब इतना बड़ा क्यों दिखा रहा? जूम किए हैं क्या?
नहीं तो
बहुत बड़ा आ रहा है.
मेरा रिजोल्यूशन चेंज किया हुआ है एक्चुअली. पहले भी दिखा रहा था, या भी दिखा रहा है ऐसा.
धर्मेंद्र आवाज कट रहा है तुम्हारा.
अभी दिख रहा होगा बड़ा, मुझे जहां तक उम्मीद है.
वाईफाई लगवा दीजिए भैया.
नहीं, आवाज तो ऐसे लग रहा है कि अभी चढ़ा रखे हो.
ओके, सो चढ़ाना बाद में, पहले उठाओ इधर. So ng class, in ng class what we will see that how we can pass means how we can add the style. Okay, so there is no more explanation required. Ng class is related to the styling purpose as like class. Okay, so how we will write the what is the syntax? So syntax is this one. So we will pass the some tags, HTML tag, and after that within property binding itself, a square bracket, we will pass the term itself ng class, and after that we will pass the expression. That's it. But when we was doing suppose npm class, how we was writing npm class? Anyone? Sorry, not npm class, class name. Class name. Suppose we written like this, then we was passing here
Class name. Property symbol.
Yeah, so property symbol is there.
Yes, and after that we are going to pass source.
Yeah, and after that we have to pass here source. Correct? So like this type, and here we going to write something text, whatever we want. Same type we going to write the ng class also. So here we had already written the examples, so ng class, and after that we have to pass the class name as like in css we are doing. So this red or size 20, this is already defined in the css part. Let's see, red is one class, size is one class. Okay, size 20, same thing is it's available here. Red is one thing and size is 20. Got it? So now if we will load the page, what will happen? The text which is available here, it become red, it going to affect that class and the size class. Let's see.
It's about steps.
What? धर्मेंद्र
इसका मतलब हम उसी टाइम से बोल रहे थे, कुछ सुना ही नहीं दे रहा है सर।
क्या बोल रहे हो तुम?
गिटार बज रहा है क्या सर?
कहना क्या चाह रहे हो?
Okay, so what we got? We got a read text or whatever we had applied. So how this happened? So here we had passed the class name read, and then we had passed the size 20. So we going to pass the multiple CSS classes, correct? Now next example. In this, I think there is no any issue. Anyone having issue? It's like same that we had done that in class name, same type. Let's go to the second example. So second, so we again going to write directly, means there is no any square bracket, without a square bracket. So let's see whether it's working or not. So if this is just normal ng class, so we had written here read and size 20. So let's see, just verify. So yeah, it's also working. Means if we not writing that property binding, so then also it will work. But one thing is there, that double quote is not there. Let's verify whether with double quote is required or it's not required. Had you observed, double quote is not required when we are passing, means when we are removing this property binding square symbol. Keep in mind this thing. Okay, so next example. Next, what is this one? Can anyone explain? Can you explain something in this line?
Red and size is 20, sir.
That's fine. Same thing we had written here also. Same thing we written here also. But these all was a normal plain text, correct? But here, what is the symbol?
Arrow symbol.
Array symbol. Means we are going to take mute. We are going to take in the form of the array. So for this, what we have to do? We have to put inside the array. Let's see whether it's working or not. This also worked in the sense, what happened when we getting the data, we can pass in the form of array also, it will work. Okay, so there are three different ways we had seen now, that how we can pass the CSS class. Yeah,
line remove square bracket only, sir.
voice is breaking.
Dharmender, your voice is breaking out.
What are you telling, Dharmender?
सर लाइन नंबर 13 से स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट रिमूव करते हैं।
ये रिमूव कर दे। हाँ, तो नींद में हो क्या?
यस सर।
तो नींद में हो, देखो तो
यस
फर्स्ट
सर, नहीं
एग्जांपल।
सर।
तो फर्स्ट एग्जांपल देखो।
सर उसमें कॉमा नहीं है, उसमें
ओके,
कॉमा नहीं है।
हाँ तो ये
कॉमा
देगा
है।
एरर, तो एरर देना चाहिए।
नहीं
देखते हैं क्या
देगा। उसको तो लग रहा है
देखते
नहीं
हैं
देना
क्या
चाहिए।
होता है। लो, पेज पे लोड ही नहीं हुआ, कुछ एरर दिया इसलिए लोड नहीं हुआ।
कि क्या हो गया?
हाँ, एरर दिया ना, आया।
अच्छा,
Sir, actually,
आया सर।
NgClass accept three type of expression, like string, array, and object.
Okay,
Object,
so what
array
we done here?
object.
Okay, it's fine. So what we done here? We had pass inside the array type. But when we passing in the array, comma should be there. Then only we can separate each one. Now we got the data. 1 second. Reload the page again.
Sir,
Yeah.
in
So
the without. Sir, line number 10, before 10, we passing ng class. Here some space will be here some space will be removed from the left side, sir, on the UI.
Which space?
See
This
on
one.
the UI, sir. Yeah, sir.
Man, that is due to this space. See, here a space is not there. That's why.
Oh,
Here one space is there. See, that a space is coming there. Okay. That a space is not the matter.
सर बट कंफ्यूज हो गया ना क्योंकि सब एक ही लाइन है ना सब सेम लाइन में है सर
जायज है तुम्हारा कंफ्यूजन है.
Okay. So next, when we are passing inside the object term type, so what happened? In the object, we had written read. Here we had passed some variable name that is false. Sorry. Here we had passed the object. Inside the object, we passing the CSS. But here we are going to pass condition whether true or false. If we written false, then this will not apply. And somewhere we had written true. In the second term, we had written true. So this will be applied. Let's see. So this 20 pixel, the size 20 pixel, that is working. Okay. But here that red, that is not working because the condition is false. Make this true. Dharmender, you know why you was getting this space left side?
ड्यू टू
Row, due to row is there. Okay, row is there in each case. That's why. Okay, now see, we make the condition true, we getting the red. Means if we will make condition false, it will not work. So when we passing multiple, okay, in the form of object, now see that when we remove the 20 pixel, it came less than 20 pixel as we comparing on the top side. So conditionally means if we passing multiple object data, we can pass the condition there that this should be apply, this should be apply, this class should not be apply. Like that we can. Got it? And one thing, these all condition why we are learning, these all condition for right now we are making hard coded. Okay, true, false, whatever is there, we making that for right now. But tomorrow when you going to work on the real project, this all will be come dynamically. Means from the database side, according to condition, you can pass that. Suppose some heading is there. Okay, so title text should be some bold, but same letter is going to display somewhere. Okay, in the paragraph or in the subheading, not in the main heading, then that is sure the size will be somewhat less. So as per condition you can pass that. Got it? Means the same thing we going to pass conditionally different places. Next, is we going to take the value, whatever value we are passing now, b was whatever value b was passing now, be passing in the form of object, be passed in the form of array, be passed directly in the form of just normal string, means normal value, direct value itself, then be passed here also. Now be passing dynamic value. This is your, what is this? Oh, MongoDB. So this is your dynamic value. So for dynamic value, sure, if this is dynamic value, in the sense this have to define on the where on the TypeScript page. So let's look over the TypeScript page. So TypeScript page, this is available. Okay, so here we are passing the same data, whatever we was passing directly, read or size 20, same thing we are writing with the help of variable, we will fetch that on the UI. And let's see whether we getting the value or not. So we get the value. Correct. that is coming from the component. Component in the sense, which page? Which is known as the component?
TS.
TS page. And what is known as the DOM?
HTML.
HTML. Just 1 second. Actually, they are our various page. Okay, so we have to know that. That's it. Because if we will work on the real-time project, then that time these all will be useful. To know, then only it will strike in your mind that we can do like that also. If you will not aware, then it's not going to do anything. Next, what we going to do? CSS. Now, previously we was writing here. See, these all are the string form itself. Okay, but now we are taking this value from the where? From the TypeScript page, means component page, means dynamically. Now we going to take this array itself from the dynamic value. That is CSS array. Means if we written here that just array, means your that value is available here. Got it? So the value is available on the TypeScript page. So this is known as the dynamic key, dynamically. And why we are writing this one? Means suppose you can imagine one thing. In place of writing TypeScript page on TypeScript, we can write directly on the HTML itself. But what is the need of writing that? Means passing here just one variable name, and we are binding that all the value in the form of even string or object or array, whatever. What is the need? Can anyone explain?
Fast loading of pages.
What?
Loading of pages, web pages is fast.
Loading web page is fast. Okay, that also fine. Because if less line of code will be available on the HTML, so sure the page load will be fast. Second thing, see, whenever we writing any line of code on the TypeScript, it means that the value will be come from the database. Okay. Now, suppose this value is available here. Tomorrow we can get this data from the database simply. Even not in the database, then even from the somewhere we can get that dynamically. No need to write that hard coded. Got it? Because this is your array data. So we can get the array from the somewhere from the database, or even we can create the array by pushing the value. So for that purpose only, we are trying to write the data in the TypeScript page. Always means not only right now, always we will try to write the data, means whatever data side. Okay, those side we will try to write on the TypeScript page itself. So suppose in the future, if there is a requirement that we have to remove the data, we can remove from here, and we can take from the directly from the database side. And even we can create one constant file. Okay, and these all hard coded value, whatever value you are getting here, these all value when you're doing in the real project. So that time you will not write any hard coded value on your component page, or even on the DOM page, view page, HTML page. These all hard coded value you have to write in one page. That is known as the constant page. That is known as the, in the case of the Java and those, that is known as the enum. Java guys, you know what is enum? Dharmender, you have idea what is
Enum
enum?
in the C language.
What?
Enum in C ना sir. Enum.
जावा में नहीं है क्या enum?
पता नहीं भूल गया हूँ हमको नहीं लग रहा है enum in C.
मैं नहीं लग रहा है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, गूगल बाबा है यहाँ पे.
सी में है सर. सी.
It's not writing. Yeah, Java enum. Yeah, it's there in Java also. It's actually available in all languages.
एडवांस है सर, एडवांस है सर, इसलिए नहीं।
हाँ, सही बात है। मुझे पता ही नहीं है जावा, तो इसलिए तुम कुछ भी बोल दो, सब चल जाएगा।
नहीं सर, ऐसा नहीं, एडवांस है इसलिए नहीं पता है।
See, enum means whatever we are writing constant value here, we have to write inside one constant file by defining the enum class. Okay, we can write there and we can fetch all the value, this all value, whatever is there, we can fetch that. When we will do that real time project, that time we will see how we can fetch that data. Because in the real application, we have to follow like that approach itself. So here, we are writing here CSS array. So where is the CSS array? CSS array is here and we have passed all the data. So it will fetch all the data and it will display. Fine. Go to the next example. One more interesting example is in the below. Oh, only one thing is there. Next, suppose we going to write that just a CSS class. Okay, let's see where this is. CSS class here. So see, in this thing, we will define one class externally, this class. Okay, so this class is going to take some data. As like in JavaScript, we know that we can create the class. So for creating class, we will use the class keyword. Okay, and one thing, already we have one class, export class NgStyle component. This is my own class, but outside of this class, we going to create one class. Okay, and in this class, we going to define all the property or value, whatever you want to define there. So we written here red size 20, and here we had pass even true or false, whatever you want. Means as per condition it will work. So this is outside. So how we can call that, means how we can use that value. If we have class, then how we can use that, how we was using in the case of the JavaScript. So we have to create the object instance, correct or not? Then only we can use the class method, class object, anything, or even class property. So we have to create the variable, create the instance, and then we can use that variable. This is your variable, and this is a type, CSS class type. See that C is capital in both case. We match with C is capital in both case. That is a type. It's showing like a string, boolean we are writing. So like that. So CSS class, and after that, wherever we want, we will just pass this class name itself. So see. So we passed just that variable name itself, and this class will got applied. Let's save and let's verify. From component as object. From component as object. Got it? So this is coming from the CSS class. So this was the concept of ng class. That how, what is the use of ng class? How we had fetched the data with the help of a different three things is there only. One is directly from the string, second from the array, third from the object. Fine. And fourth, we had seen that with the help of the class concept. Second thing, we can directly write those all concept, means a CSS class or object or this, that, whatever. We can write directly on the which file? On HTML. Same thing, we can write dynamically on which file? HTML, TypeScript page. Got it? So this thing was there in the case of the ng class. Tomorrow we will look over the NgStyle because it will take time. Had you got some idea or not? If you want NGA style, that also I can cover. It's not much more. Only for example. See, these all examples is available in the that material. This all example one by one you will get, and when you will go last, you will get the complete example at one place itself. Complete example here. Okay. All example, whatever we had practiced. There is no explanation required for this one. That's why I not going. Let it to be complete this also. Nothing is there in this. So suppose we want to write something. This one is interesting actually. So what we taking here, one input field, one ng model be taken. What is the need of ng model? Just now we had explained. What is the need of ng model? See, now one thing I will tell. Whatever we have be going to explain, there is no any new concept. Okay. There will be all will be studied, previously studied concept. So what is the need of ng model?
Into a
No.
bending, sir.
Okay. And what about others? No one know. Shivani, then Praful, Roshan, all are zero. Fine, don't speak. Then ng model. ng model be using for the two-way binding. So here we taken one input field. Here we had written something in ng model. Then what we writing here? We are writing is ng style as like ng class. We are writing ng style. In the case of HTML, why we was writing a style as a attribute? What is the need of writing that style? Why we was writing this?
CSS purpose.
For CSS purpose?
Yes, sir.
Same thing we going to write here. Okay. So here we going to write ng style. You will see that there is no any changes, means no any more changes. Okay. So see what we written here. A style. Suppose we written h1. Okay. We not want to that ng style. No issue. Just write a style. A style equal to then color property in colon red like this. Who don't know this line of code? First tell me. H1 a style red, then a H1 closing tag. I think everyone know because this is from the HTML itself, day one. Correct? So same thing we going to write with ng style. As we was writing class, ng class, and then class name. We had looked three things. So like that itself, we going to look over ng style. So what we doing in the case of the ng style, we written in the inside the property binding. After that, we have to take the curly braces. Okay. Inside the curly braces means that will be inside a double quote. Inside the curly braces, we have to pass what you want, which property you want. We going to pass, and then be passing here some color. Can anyone explain
तो
me
सर
this?
सिंगल कोड का क्या नीड है सर?
Which one? This one.
सिंगल कोड.
This single quote.
Single कोड. Yes.
Yeah, because here we had written dash.
Uh,
Due to dash it will be.
Okay.
Okay. So let it to be. That's not issue. Fine. You can verify that without single quote whether it's working or not. Okay. So second thing. Just and one thing. This color
need to.
means 1 second. So sure, if we had written color with the ng model, means it is sure that this is from the this is variable, correct or not? This is variable. Means if this is variable, then sure this have to be defined on the TypeScript page. So let's verify on the TypeScript whether any color variable is there or not. So color variable is there, and this is red, correct? This is a red. Now, can anyone explain me what will happen in this example? What means as per your understanding, whatever you understand, just tell me. I explained that complete line of code. There is
That
a
background
yeah.
is
Sir,
red color.
HTML to TS and TS to HTML. So uh, that is the means styling purpose of NgStyle.
Okay, so you're telling that two-way binding. Fine. So in the input, we going to enter ABC. Fine. So what will happen?
Background color will be changed to red.
Background color will be red.
Okay, background color will be red because this color having red, correct? On the
Yes.
TypeScript page,
Yes.
correct? But what is the need of this in input? What it will do?
And put to do trigger.
Praful, what it will do? Input field.
Sir, input field is means two-way binding.
Okay, fine. So see what will happen. In the input field, we will write something. Suppose be written ABC. Okay, with the help of this variable. Don't imagine this color means that coloring itself. No, color means just this is just name. So this color will take the value. It will provide where? It will provide to this variable because this is
This
variable means by default now that is red. But whatever we will enter in the input ABC, that will came here ABC. Correct. After that, same thing we had written inside this one means here color. So whatever we will, it will come here in place of red as like ABC. That will be also come here ABC. Got it? Because this is two-way binding. So wherever you will use, that will come there. Let's verify the example. What is coming now? Complete red color background because we had given the background color as red. Remove this red. What happened? Color gone because there is nothing now. Now in the input there is no any color value. Means whatever we are passing here red, there is nothing. It means that background color have nothing. Clear or not? Now see. So by default it is red value. Let's change. Let it to be load. Yeah. So remove this and write here pink. What happened? We got the pink color.
Yes, sir.
Now give a green. It came green. Give a blue. It came blue. YELLOW, yellow. So what it going to do? Whatever we are writing here, yellow, blue, green, whatever we are writing, with the help of ng model, with the help of this variable, color variable, it coming to the TypeScript page. And that value is changing here like green or yellow. Getting? Whatever we are writing there, it's changing for this place. It's changing here. And as it changing here, the same variable color, where it getting? It getting for the background color because this variable is there. And due to this variable, we getting this yellow color warning, this border. Clear or having doubt? Now see, I written green means what will happen? This green color variable will got correct, and this color variable will came here means here it will come green. If we be passing red, suppose that, then that red is coming here. If we passing yellow, then yellow is coming. But it here on this place, it not coming directly. From where it's coming here? From where
from the
the
TS page.
from the TS page, because on the TS page color variable is there. Correct? See, if you will understand clearly that each line, that how that is flowing, then you will get easily each thing. Just 1 second. That's why I told that this is the interesting point. Yeah, so now see, धर्मेंद्र अब स्क्रीन बड़ा दिख रहा है क्या?
नहीं सर, नहीं दिख रहा है।
तब तुम्हारा स्क्रीन में कुछ इशू है लग रहा है लैपटॉप में।
अभी अभी ठीक दिख रहा है सर।
अभी ठीक दिख रहा है?
हाँ।
उसमें पावर नहीं था इसलिए। ओके, so what we doing here, when we entering the value in the input field, as we entering the value, suppose we are entering here red, okay, or green, as we entering with the help of this whatever value we are entering, that value going to be this variable, color variable, and this color variable is available on the typescript page. So whatever value it's changing, it will change on this position green, okay. But now what value is available to color, whatever we are changing red, green, yellow, whatever. So now up to here what happened, data is moving from the HTML to typescript page. That is one way binding. Fine. Second binding, data have to move from the typescript to HTML, means HTML to typescript, HTML to TS, TS to HTML, means from where somebody had called, on that page itself it have to give, okay, it have to response there itself. So color variable, for that purpose we know that on the typescript page this color variable is holding the value of the input field. So whatever value is coming on the typescript page, this we are passing in the background color, okay. So as we are changing the value, it going to change here, and then we are getting that background color effect. Not only background color, if you will just write a color effect, okay. Now see what will happen, it will change the color. See that it's a green color. But one thing, if we are writing just anything, means RE, it's not going to change because there is no any color with RE. But as you written red, it came the value. Got it? What is happening? So as we changing the value, that going to affect. Is this clear, or anyone want anything more explanation? Tell me. Anyone having doubt?
नहीं सर, रहने दीजिए सर।
भाई सुबह से तो रिवीजन कराए, टॉपिक तो कुछ हुआ नहीं है, तुम तो सो रहे हो।
नहीं सर, नहीं सो रहे हैं हम।
ठीक है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, मैं रहने देता हूँ। Last example is interesting one. This one, example 12. अब मैं भाई कैसे खत्म करूं, अगला वो भी आ गया है। This example is interesting one, last one. Because this color, it's coming automatic. Okay, here you will see most of the logic like ng switch condition, array condition, means data is coming, then ng for condition, everything is applied in this one. See that ng for is there, then NgStyle, here we had added something, then get color, it calling the method, we are passing the country name, and we are binding that data. Then come to the typescript page, there is the method get color, here inside switch case, okay, and then switch case, what is this to, Yeah. Here be getting the switch case. After that, here some data is there. But see the case condition. If the country is UK, if the country is USA, if the country is HK, then the color is changing, red, blue, or green. See that. UK green, USA blue, HK red, like that. Means we are not telling that you have to pass red, green, yellow for particular, according to condition based. Like a student is pass or fail or average. Yesterday we was discussing like that. Okay. So this time means now just imagine here we had written suppose 6 line of code or 10 line of code, but here we had written just 1 line of code. Correct. So that is the benefit. It going to decrease the line of code. Otherwise, this switch condition you have to write on the HTML. So again, the line of code will increase. In place of that, just be written ng for. That's it. Here you have to pass the size. As you will pass the size, it will increase the text size. This is
सर इसके
interesting.
मदद से तो एक अच्छा खासा एडिटर बना सकते हैं हम लोग.
वही तो बोल रहा हूँ. Actually, see one thing. Now we are in the data stage where we can understand all the concept. Okay, but some concept will come new, but mostly we can design one application up to this step. So okay, let it to be. Whatever is pending, whatever examples we will discuss tomorrow. Not an issue. So up to now, what we had done, we had discussed the ng class and class name. NgStyle is pending. In NgStyle also I had seen, but something is there. That's it. Okay, let it away. So see, yesterday what we had looked here, we had seen just one examples of a NgStyle. Okay, so what we had done, we had applied into two-way binding their ng model, and whatever input means in the input side, whatever we are passing, it going and it passing with the help of the two-way binding, it passing on the TypeScript page. Correct. And on the TypeScript, yeah, and on the TypeScript, some variable is there which going to hold the value. So color variable. So actually see what I want to do. I want to print here means when we are entering anything in this input field, I want to write that text also here that you had selected the color name or something like that. So how I can do? Got my question? Praful?
Yes, sir.
So whatever value I will enter there in the input field, I want to display there means on the UI. So how I can do? Praful, Roshan, tell me first. So which variable will hold the value?
I'm not getting your question.
Okay. So when we are entering value in the input field, like now green is written. Okay.
Yes.
Suppose we remove green and now we writing ABC. Fine. So this ABC have to print on the UI. Here means on the UI you have to write that you had selected this thing, something like that. This is two-way binding. Okay.
Mm.
So once when we are writing means now we had written ABC. So which variable will hold this value ABC? Which variable is going to hold that value ABC? Praful?
Sir, means color, sir.
Color
Means
variable.
yeah.
Correct. Because here here color variable, and this will hold the value. Means if we want to print that value in the console, so what I can do? Roshan, yeah, up to here had you got?
Yes, sir, yes.
Because due to this two-way binding, okay, as we are entering any value in that input field, it will pass to the color variable because we had written ng model. Okay, second thing, so the color variable is going to hold that value. So I want to print that value in the console. So what we can do? How we can get that value in the console?
Sir, write their console.log and pass their variable name.
Okay, fine. Means we will write console.log and we will pass the value. So let's write that. So where we will write the console? Inside the constructor or inside any method. Correct? We can't write that openly outside. Otherwise, you can try. Just see. Be written here, it giving error. Correct. So we can't write the console or anything, even property outside. We have to write inside the method or even constructor or ng on init anywhere. So here we will write which variable? Color variable. So we will write the color. Take that variable. So as you will write color, you will get automatic this dot color because it going to refer outside the constructor, this variable. But let's verify whether it's referring to that variable or not. So what we will do, we will press the control button and press put cursor over color variable and just click. Cursor will blink on near the color variable. Got it? Now save. And now look over the console. Whether whatever we are writing there, it's coming or not. So actually what you will get, you will not get ABC. You will get their color variable, that is green. Got it? The green is coming because this value is coming by default, the written value. But as you will pass, I don't know whether it will come or not. So it's not coming because we are not reloading the page. Once we will reload the page, then only the console will get refresh. Got it? But we can get whatever we are writing inside the input field, we can get that value on the UI. So how we can get that value on UI? Now tell me. Because color is holding the value. This one is clear. But now I want to print this value on the UI. So Roshan, for printing the value means for
Yes.
taking the data from TypeScript to HTML. What is that binding?
It's a one-way binding, sir, interpolation.
One-way binding. So TypeScript to HTML. So we will go with the interpolation. So take that value color variable and pass here as interpolation and pass the value color. Fine. Let's save and let's see whether we getting anything. So we got here green. We got here green. Here green and same thing. We got a hair also. So let's verify. So now see, as you are typing, the value we are getting there. Got it? Because it's working with the two-way binding. So as suppose we had written red, that came red, and that value also came red. So now, so same thing I was asking, whatever value we are entering, we have to print there that you had entered this value. Got it? So now, if we will see, as we will enter anything, we will get the value here. Got it? So whatever we are writing, we are getting that value. My requirement is that, listen the question carefully. My requirement, whatever we are passing here, we are getting background color as red. Now I want to make the text color is red. Means whatever value we are passing, according to that, I want to make the color of the text. How I can do that?
In place of background color.
What? Your voice is low.
Hello.
Yeah, tell. Yeah, it's fine now.
So NgStyle equal to that one background. In place of background color, we can add color.
Okay.
You can pass our text color.
Yeah, okay, fine. So let's write first NgStyle. Okay. Then we have to pass the property. Let's remove the property and pass. But we will write Roshan text color.
Color. No sir, color.
Roshan, what will write?
Yes.
Color or text color?
Text color, sir.
Text
Also,
color.
also write sir color.
What?
We can also write color.
No, I will write text color. You told text
Okay.
color. What you thinking? Will this work? What happened? Roshan,
No,
where is the
nothing.
red?
It will
Learn
get
a C
background color, sir.
learn a CSS. That is not text color, that is just color.
Good step.
Step also, yes.
See that? Now it came green color.
Got it, sir.
Now it came red. Now it is white. Got it? This was the
Yes.
requirement. So, so this way we can change the design. We can do anything, but whatever we are changing, is this static or dynamic? Is that data, whatever we are changing, is that static or dynamic?
Dynamic.
And
Dynamic, because there is no any fixed value. We have just only one value. Yeah. So now we had entered green. So we got the green. Fixed means this will not change. Means static means this will not change. But as we are passing another value, we are getting the value. Means we are getting output like that. It means that is a dynamic. Clear? So that is the point. Anyone having doubt? So here what we had discussed, we had discussed two concepts. One, two-way binding. Second, one-way binding. Third, NgStyle. That how we can write a two-way binding, how we can write one-way binding, and how we can pass a NgStyle. So three concepts we discussed here. Any issue? Then tell me.
Sir, in this style, value write only object inside or
No.
another.
See, actually this is not object. This is curly braces, and inside that we have to pass all the value. Got it? Like suppose now I want to pass some different property. So what we will do? Suppose the size, font size. Okay, font size. Then here we will pass 20 pixel. So always we will write the data inside that curly braces, and then we will pass the property and value. Okay, this is not belonging to the object. Why this is not reloading or something error? Maybe this one is error. Maybe that writing process itself is error. But it's telling. telling here. So means this is not your object. This is just within curly braces. We will pass the value. Got Praful? We can pass the multiple value. That's not the issue. Like already we had done in the case of the NG class. We was passing multiple value.
Sir, my question is means in a double quotation and
Yeah.
means single quotation also pass
Yeah. Yeah.
in
Yeah.
property and value.
Yeah. You can pass this single quote or double quote, anything. It's not the problem. But the problem is that this is a double quote. Outside is double quote. Correct? So inside, if you will pass here double quote, it means what? Here is the opening and there is the closing. That's why this everything will be inside the double quote. After that, again, the property, it should be inside the quote value, is whether single or double. Clear? It should be inside that double quote or single quote.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, then only. But let's verify whether if we not passing double quote or single quote here inside, then it's working or not. Let's see. So see, it not work. It give an error. If it will not give anything on the UI, you can check in the console. That means something happen or not. So you will get the error. But if you will get HTML side error, then you will not get any suggestions or anything. But if that will be due to TypeScript error, then sure it will give you in the console that this is the problem. Got it? This is Angular. So if error is there, it will completely remove everything from the DOM. Means nothing you will get in the UI. Clear, Praful? Okay. Second thing. Now we're going to add the ternary operator. So how we are writing the ternary operator? Let's see. So NgStyle, fine. And after the NgStyle, we are passing here some condition, whether country equal to India. It's already hard coded the value. For right now, just we had hard coded country here. Country is India. Okay. So if it is written there, it means it will verify the condition. Country equal to India. If country equal to India means if this condition become true, then what will happen? The color property, it will get orange. Correct? Either if that is not true, then it will get red. Clear? So this will the output. Let's see. So what is the result? In the result, we are getting orange type. That text is the result. So we got the orange. So what we had learned here, that how we can pass the ternary operator. This is ternary operator. And what we are doing actually, we are passing the style dynamically. Means right now, this is just this condition is just for one value. But suppose tomorrow you have to something condition based on the data side. Okay, so according to that we can display the value, means we can change the style. Clear, Praful? Others got that how we can add the ternary operator? So same thing we can do in the case of the class also, and we had done that. So suppose we was applying color, that's why here we had written the color. This is CSS property. If we want background color, add that. Got it? So the country is India, means this condition got satisfied. That's why we get the orange. If suppose this is not India, then it will be red. Now just tell me one thing. I not want to make, I want to make negative. Okay, that I want to verify this condition. How to verify? Without changing name, without changing the value in the hard coded form, means this one. I want to change there itself, means I want to make this condition as a false. How to make? But I not want to touch the value. Keep in mind.
Can we change in place of trigger equal to technically?
What one again?
And trigger equal is there, no sir? Okay.
Yeah, triple equal to
And can we change into double equal?
Double equals to.
double equal to.
Yes.
What it will do? Let's see.
No sir, not equal to sir. Sir, not equal.
Not equal to. Yeah. So this will make the condition negative. Got it? So when we are getting the data also, if you not means, because if the data is coming that you can't change, so you have to verify like this type of condition. But suppose that by mistake you had done the spacing there. What are you thinking? Will it verify? Will it satisfied or not? So anyway, we make that. Yeah. So now what are you thinking? We had passed a space here. Will this work or not? Means it will ignore the space or not?
Not equal sir.
So it's not ignored and it compared with the space also. So what we can do for removing the space? But suppose that this space is not here. Okay, this space is coming from the database. Database in the sense here. Now tell me, can we do anything for removing the space? Because from the database you got some data, and while entering time, suppose we are entering here itself. Okay, be entering like this type, means spaces are there. So how we can do? Like here itself, see, let's verify whether it's working. Yeah, it's working, no issue. So but we had done something like this, means we had passed some spaces and then we had entered the text. So I not want to, means here we had passed the value, means that a space. How we can remove that space?
Sir, with the help of trim, sir.
With the help of trim method. Let's see whether it's working or not, because with the help of trim it's working. In the case of JavaScript that we can do, but let's see whether it will work here or not. Trim we will write like this or without parenthesis.
Parenthesis sir. That is method no sir.
Yeah, that's, I think, yeah, that's worked. That's not method, that is property. Property or method?
Method, sir.
Method. Okay. So see, now we got that result because it trimmed the value. Remove this trim. Let's verify whether again we getting the orange or red. So we got the red. So this way we can trim that value. Got it? See, actually, this trim condition, whenever you are taking the data from the user side, okay, you have to apply this. Otherwise, just imagine one thing. Here you are entering your user ID or name, something. Okay, like suppose you are entering password. So suppose your password is ABC at the rate 125. This one is your password. But suppose by mistake you had done a space. Now tell me, this space will be counted or not in your password case?
Yes, sir. It would be counted.
It will be counted. So what you have to do? You have to remove that space. Then only it will be better. Okay. Second thing, when you are entering, suppose that email ID abc at the rate gmail.com. com. By mistake, when you entering the detail, you had entered in the small letter, okay, or just imagine in the capital letter. Got it? In the capital form. And while registering time, you had entered in the capital letter, means permanent, it gone in the capital letter. But when you doing the login process, that time you are entering in the small letter. Now tell me, will this able to log in? Because registering time you are entering ABC capital letter. Login time you are entering ABC a small letter. Is this able to log in?
No, sir.
It will not logged in. Okay. Means user will never able to log in. What you have to do? You have to convert that into upper or lower case. Means any one case. So when you are entering that detail, suppose by mistake you start entering in the abc@gmail.com. Okay, that in the capital letter itself. So, but what will happen internally? Now see, you getting the value in the form of this one. But internally, what it will do? It will convert into a small letter. Whether you had entered in the capital letter or a small letter, it's not the matter. Got it? What we can do for converting into upper that any other case?
Sir, we are
You
going to use
enter
lowercase method or uppercase method.
color we had taken here dot upper case. Sorry, I don't know, it will not work. Let's see whether it's working or not. That result itself not coming. No issue. We will learn that with the help of a pipe. What is that pipe name? Uppercase, I think.
Uppercase.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
Something mistake happened
Sir, inside the tag it's work.
inside the. You had entered. Okay, let it to be. We will learn that time when now itself we will discuss that in a pipe that time. But if this will be suppose in the means in the JavaScript side, then we can easily do that. We can convert that, and we have to do like that type of process. Okay. Anyone having issue in the ternary operator? Tell me.
No issue, sir.
No issue. That's fine. So see, when we are developing the application, we have to take care these all process. Okay. Because in the requirement, you will not get that scenario. Means your client will not tell that you have to think like this. You have to decide that what maybe user will do the mistake. Because
Otherwise,
yeah,
tester is there, sir.
because user is not going to take care those all things while entering detail, but you have to take care because you are the developer. So next means how we can pass the multiple style. So just only one style, purple means some color name, then font size, then font weight, means multiple. So we got the multiple. What we was doing previously, we was not passing here any space, any semi, that is single quote or double quote. But let's see whether it's working or not. So that was the issue, that it will not work, I think. It not, I think. Yeah. So that was the issue. That's why when we were changing here itself, it was not working. So what we have to do when you passing multiple, means multiple style. So each thing you have to pass inside the single quote or double quote. Anything you can pass single or double, but it should be inside the quote. Now save. Clear this one. Nothing is there in this. How we can pass multiple, that is the point. And same thing you can do in the capital letter or a small letter for a display purpose. What is that CSS? Any idea? What is that CSS name? Or writing in the uppercase or lowercase?
Text transform.
Text transform. Let's verify here. Because on HTML, we will not get the suggestion, but on CSS page, we can get the suggestion. Text. Decoration, no.
सर ऊपर में ही था.
Transform. Yeah, uppercase, lowercase, we got here. Happen. What mistake be done? Bold, uppercase. Something is going on. Oh, this semicolon is the issue. Yeah. So now we getting the text multiple style in the capital letter because we had passed here capital letter. But just one thing, previously what I told, this one. So suppose here you had passing green, and suppose in the here you passing abc@gmail.com. Now tell me, this is coming here capital letter, or we can convert in the small letter or anything. As like here, build this, whatever it displaying on the UI, the same value will enter in the database, capital letter or a small letter. What you thinking?
No, it will be because we already mentioned uppercase.
Okay, so means you telling it will not. Correct. Let's pass that here. So now see, whatever we are passing here, it coming in the capital letter. Whether you will pass capital or a small, it's not the matter. abc@gmail.com. Okay. Whatever we passed, we got in the capital. So what you thinking? If we will save the data, so data will also go inside the database in this form itself, or whatever we are entering here, this form, which form it will go?
Sir, that form is display. That form is going to database.
Okay. Others, which data you want, means you thinking that it will go in the database, this data itself or this data? What?
Input field, sir.
Input field means
No,
no, then
that capital letter.
this one.
No,
Okay.
sir. Sir, input field will go. Whatever we are going to enter, that data will go to database.
You know this,
Input
you know what is this one?
for
This
only
capital
displaying
letter.
purpose.
Yeah, this capital letter is just like the makeup. Okay. That if you done the makeup and if you going outside in the sunlight, the makeup gone finish. Okay, like that itself. This is just for the showcase. But whatever we are entering here, it will be like that part. So it will go in the database, means say there in the database. So we have to take care regarding this part, that whatever we are entering the value, it have to be converted into the that form. So where is that, means where we will convert? So we will convert this on the TypeScript page, not on the HTML. because HTML be converted. This is just for the display purpose, for the UI side. But where we will pass, we have to convert on the this side itself, this color itself. Got it? Let's verify if we
शोकेस से
can.
अच्छा है सर टीएस ले ले
क्या बोल रहे हो?
शोकेस से अच्छा है कि टीएस से ही कर ले शोकेस बहुत सर वो बनाता है ना
बात सही है. Okay, so what we can do, this dot color dot uppercase dot to uppercase. Okay, let's save and remove this. Where is that text transformation? Now let's see. We had removed the text transformation here. So let's see whether we getting. So we not got here. Why? Because we are printing the color. Okay. So what we will do, in the constructor we had written this one. Do one thing. Let's cross verify whether we are getting or not. Do one thing. Otherwise, just apply on the color itself. COLOR. This dot color. Let's see what will happen. So first time it got that value. First time only at the loading time, because we had written in the constructor. See, whatever we had written here, we had not written because we had passed a small letter, but it's coming by default there, that value.
Hard-coded value.
Yeah. So we will do one thing. Let's see that working or not. I have no idea like that, but we can do by passing in the that variable side. Where is that color? Will this work? No. What error is given? Just check. NgStyle color any unexpected keyword or identifier. That's fine. Remove that. It will not take care. So we have to reload the page in the sense as we passing there. It will not take here actually. No. Here also not it will be. Because see, anyway, we are going to enter the value inside the where? Inside the database. Okay. So it will do the operation here. And when we will pass, we will get the value. But we want to check that whether it's working or not. So nothing we have to do. Just simply we will check via console.log. For that actually we have to do some operation like a button click we have to pass. Let it to be. Means main thing is this one. This type we going to convert that value. Okay. So no need to convert the value here on the HTML side using the CSS. Got it? This thing we have to take care. So mostly if we want to perform any task, any activity, we will do that activity on the TypeScript page itself. So it will be globally. Got it? So what we had done here, this dot color dot uppercase means whatever result be getting for this one, we again assigned it to the same variable, this dot color itself. So we had not taken any third variable. So whatever output we got here after conversion, it came on the same variable. This type we will get the value, then we can, with the help of the button, we can pass the value in the database. So we will get the data. Got idea or not? So we will not do these all things with the help of the CSS, because CSS is just for temporary purpose. When you working on the UI side, that time just UI design, that time it will be helpful. Otherwise, for the data side, it's not. So this one, this is just a simple syntax that if you, the same thing actually. Now we want to change the size in the sense. Size in the sense we will enter the value, and whatever value we will pass, it will take here and it will change the font size. But see, one thing you can guess, that see what is written here, font size, and after that dot px. Got it? Let's verify. 25, we got 25. 250, we got 250. 100, 100. Got it? What it's happening? Its size is changing. How? We are passing the value according to that. 0.5. Oh, it's not just 2. It's negligible. Got it? So this type we can perform any type of the CSS property dynamically. So what we had done here, we had passed px after the font size itself. Anyone having any issue? Tell me. Now last example. This is most interesting. So see what it's going to do. Here we had taken the ng for. So where is the people? Just verify. We have the data. Let's reduce this. Wait, otherwise. Okay. So on the TypeScript page, two things is there. One is a data, that is people, and inside the people some objects are there. Fine. So how to display this data on the UI? Tell me. This array 1 I want to display on the UI. Left the all the remaining part. Just I going point by point. I want to display this data on the UI. How to display? Except Dharmender, that Samir, others have to speak. Tell me how we will display that. No idea. If no idea, then tell me no idea. That's it.
With the help of sir interpolation.
Okay, with the help of interpolation. Fine. So what we how we will write interpolation?
Sir, people dot name other name we continue.
Okay, so just guide me how we will write. So interpolation symbol. Okay.
Just take
And
a people.
Okay.
What will
Same.
write name or country? Dot.
Okay. Okay. So this one name. Let's write name. Because see, when I taken people, we got the object.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Fine. Now take the name. Fine. Let's save. Let's see what is the output. What is the output? Nothing is
Sir,
the output.
first ng for right there, and
So see, Praful, Roshan, this is your array data. How we can tell that this is array or not? First tell me.
this is
How we can tell this is array?
With the help of a square bracket.
Due to the square bracket. Correct? This is square bracket. And that's why we writing here also the type any. And with any we had given a square bracket, because here we are passing the type of the data. Fine. So this is array. So we have to start a loop first. Because suppose JavaScript itself, if suppose this I will give you and I will tell to print in the console, how you will print the data of this one in the console? In JavaScript, not in the Angular. How we can print? So we have to loop this variable, this one completely, because each time value is something, one object, then second object, then third object, correct or not? So we have to loop that. So same thing we will do in the Angular side. So how we are going to loop in the Angular? How we
You
will
can use
loop
the
in the
switch method.
Angular?
You can use the switch method for the multiple data.
That's fine, but a switch, what is the use of switch case?
Switch case how can I say? अगर कोई डेटा सर ज़्यादा हो तो ये मतलब रैंडमली तो करने के लिए
इंग्लिश
अच्छा एक सेकेंड। अच्छा अभी सबके सब आए हुए हैं, कब आ गए भाई ये लोग सबके सब? शिवानी, when you joined? What?
9 बजे।
9 बजे? अच्छा,
यस
क्लास कितना बजे था?
सर, डॉक्टर के पास गए।
अच्छा ठीक है। शिवानी कुमारी, विवेकानंद,
यस
हाँ,
सर।
yeah, when you had
Yes,
joined?
sir.
सर नाउ
I joined on 8:40.
8:40, it's very wrong.
Yes. Sir.
It's
No,
completely wrong.
8:40. No, 8:40 or 45, sir. Around 40 or 45.
Maybe
I think
45.
so. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. 8:40. Yeah.
But why you all had joined late? That's the question. Because 7 o'clock itself I had sent the message timing.
Sir,
Okay,
my
anyway.
phone was switched off, sir. So I saw when I opened, I thought there's class started. So I just.
सर मुझे इंजेक्शन लेना था इसलिए से।
क्या शिवानी आप बोल रहे हैं?
सर मुझे इंजेक्शन लेने जाना था इसलिए हम।
अच्छा ठीक है, आपका तो मान लीजिए चलिए तबीयत खराब है, बाकी किसी का मोबाइल डाउन था, किसी का लैपटॉप का चार्जर ही खराब हो
मेरे को
गया।
गाना सुनना सर, मेरे को गाना सुनना था इसलिए।
ये भी बात सही है, धर्मेंद्र को गाना सुनना था। और कोई ऐसा भी है जिसको डांसो करना था?
यस सर।
हाँ सही है, तब तो लगता है ये एंगुलर बंद करके डांस गाना वाला ही काम करना चाहिए।
ठीक है सर, शुरुआत आप ही से करते हैं लोग।
सही लग रहा है। कम से कम कुछ नहीं तो कम से कम सिंगर तो बन जाएंगे।
सही है।
एक भी गाना अगर हिट हो गया तो भाई डेवलपर जॉब करके क्या करेंगे, उतना पैसा तो एक गाना में ही निकल जाएगा। Okay, so see, this is the array data. Okay, so first what we have to do, we have to loop the data, then only we can get the value. First tell me how we can loop in the JavaScript side. If we want to print this data in the JavaScript, means I want to print the data in the console, how we can do? Who will
Sir,
tell?
with the help of for each method, otherwise with the help of for loop.
Okay, so tell me how we can do that. So we will write inside the constructor or ng on in it, okay? Because it will accept only inside the method. So let's write for each. How we will write that? What is the syntax? Please speak fast, otherwise we will waste time on this JavaScript
Array
side.
dot for each.
Sir,
Array dot
first
for each.
array dot for each.
What is the array name?
People dot for each.
Yeah. See, JavaScript side you can speak. Remaining Angular I will speak. Otherwise it will waste of time. That's why. So array dot, then for each. Okay, and then fine. After that, we will make one callback, arrow function,
Yes.
and then curly
Right
braces.
there, sir. Value n.
Yeah. So we will write here something, just write response itself.
Yes.
Also. And here we will write the console.log. Then
And inside
res.
response, yes.
Fine. So we
Yes,
had
sir.
written the looping of the array. Let's verify whether we getting the data or not. So check in the console. So what happened? We got the data. Correct? Means we got the all data. So same thing we have to do in the Angular side. Got it? That's why what we have to do. So I going to comment this line. I not want this. So same thing I have to perform in the Angular side. So how to loop that? Then only we can print single value. Got it? Suppose here we are getting these all value. We are getting name, country, everything. But I want to print just name. How we will print just name? Just name or country. How we will print?
Sir, with the
In the
help of yes, go ahead,
in
sir.
the yeah in the JavaScript, how we will print? Just name or country. One value, anything.
Yes, sir. Then we have to write inside the console.log response.name, sir.
We will pass their response dot
Name.
name or country, whatever
Yes,
we
sir.
want.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
verify whether we got the data or not. We got the data.
Yes, sir.
This all came just name value. So what we had done up to here, what happened? This response, what it holding? It
It's
holding
all
complete
array.
array
Yes,
or
yes.
it holding complete object or it holding each value?
It's holding all array, sir.
All array. Okay. Others?
It's holds
All value, sir.
use of arrays.
All value means what? All array, all object or each value? Name country like that. What?
Value of object.
All
You have
arrays.
you have three options. One, it holding array, it holding object, it holding each data, separate data.
Sir, it is
Each data set.
hold separate data is
First
holding,
one,
sir.
sir. First one. All arrays.
First one, all array. Okay. Shivani Kumari, Vivekanand,
Yes, sir. All array.
all array. Okay.
Yes.
Next, विवेकानंद जाग रहे हो कि सो गए? Okay, let's justify the answer. Somebody told complete array. Okay. If a response was a complete array, then what is this one? Now tell me.
Object.
If that is the complete array, previous one, then what is this?
This one also complete array, sir.
This is a complete array, but this is not the complete array because you getting this data separate. This is the object, correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Means this response variable, it giving you the object. And why it giving object? Because array is holding object data. See that each data is object, correct? On each loop, it taken the object and it pass to the response variable in the console.log. Because when we printed complete array, this is the complete array. This dot people. Clear or not?
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, line number 62,
Yeah.
this dot people dot for each, and after that we'll make the callback function. Inside we'll keep that response. So in response, that object is came, and
Yeah.
people having it whole array, sir.
Yeah.
Got it, sir.
Good. So my question was this, that what in the response it is coming. So response
Object.
will come object. Why it coming object? Because the array it keeping the data all object data. Clear?
Yes, sure.
Others got this or not? Having any doubt? Clear? Somebody had told that it keeping value means a separate value. Shivani Kumari had told, I think. I don't know, it's sure, but somebody had told that it holding is a separate value. Just tell me separate value in the sense this value, name, country. This is the separate value, correct or not? But it will not hold the separate
सर
value.
हम तो बोले इंडेक्स वाइज सर इंडेक्स होल्ड कर रहा है
पता नहीं तुम्हारा आवाज ही बहुत ज्यादा था. So what we will get for getting this separate value, what we have to do? We have to fetch from the object. So what we have to write here? Response dot name or either country. Correct or not? Then only we will get the complete data. Means suppose response dot country. I want both. Response dot name plus
Single quotes.
yeah, that's okay. No issue.
Okay.
Now see, we will get name and country both. Got it? We got here name and we got UK. Name USA. Name and HK. Name and UK. So this become the separate value, each value. So this type we have to think that what it will do. Okay. So this all happen on the TypeScript page, means on the JavaScript. So from here we can manipulate the value. But now one thing, the same thing we planning to do on the JavaScript, Angular side. So what we planning to do? We planning for the loop. So how to loop that?
With
Now
the help
tell me.
of ng formatter.
Okay. So Roshan, Shivani Kumari, and Vivekanand. Three guys, you have to tell how to loop.
What's it?
How to loop this data, this people data, this array. Tell me fast. Roshan, Shivani, Vivekanand.
Sir, what you say?
Yeah, I have to print this data people on the UI. Means I wanted to loop this data. Otherwise, if we will write this people in the interpolation, let's see what it will give. Oh, what happened? What happened? It give an object, correct? But I not want object. I want the data. So how we will get the data? So for that purpose, looping is required. So how we will loop that? Vivekanand, any idea? Praful?
Sir, NG4.
Yes, sir. First, write there div and star ng4.
Div. Then
Inside div, write there star ng4.
star NgFor. Ng for.
Variable name.
Okay. So we will write late and variable name. So just
Yes.
imagine people, or let's just write a person. Okay. After this,
Of
Of
then
people.
persons. People.
Yes, sir. Data. People.
whether person or people, anything, but it will be data. Correct? Where is the data? This
TS
array
page.
having the data. Correct? This people
Yes.
having the data. So we will write the people here. Clear up to here? Anyone having doubt how we have written? Roshan, clear?
Yes, yes, sir, clear.
Next, so at each loop, as previously, response was getting the value in the TypeScript page. Same type here, person will get the value. So take this person and pass in the interpolation. And let's see what we getting. Whether we getting data or not. So we got the object, but we had not got the data. So previously in the response, we had got the object. We had got the each data, correct? In the JavaScript side, TypeScript, we had got the each data. Sorry, each object. How we had got the each data? Because this is object. So how we will get that each data? Person dot name.
Name.
Let's save and check. Why be written name? Because on the data side, this is a name key. Got it? And here country. So that's why. So I want the country also. Nothing I have to do. Again, you have to write one interpolation. So how we will write country? Person. Because on each loop, person variable is getting the value. So person dot country. Let's save. And if you want to pass here something, you can. It's not the problem. Let's save. Got it? Anyone having doubt up to here? Tell me. Anyone?
No, sir. For me, no doubt, sir.
Others?
No, sir, it's clear, sir.
Clear? Okay.
No,
Now I
sir.
want to print the value in the list by. Okay. Table form, ordered list, or anything. So how we will do? So data is available here. How we will write that in the list order?
Yes, sir. We are going to take OL, yeah, LI, sir.
Yeah,
Your
OL or UL, anything.
yes, sir.
And after that, take OL itself. That will be better.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, the numbering will be not there. That's why. Okay, OL. Then we will take LI.
Yes.
Fine. And
Yes.
after that, inside LI, we will take this interpolation and pass that. And the country name. You want country name also there?
Yes,
So
sir.
we will pass the country name here.
Sir, better make one more LI, sir.
Okay.
It would be quite better.
LI. Okay, fine. Pass here. Let's save.
सर फर्स्ट वाले को क्लोज ही नहीं किए 88 वाले को
लास्ट में बंद किए ना
हाँ
वो गलत हो गया क्या
यस सर और
ओ सेपरेट यहाँ करने बोले आप
यस एंड
नहीं मैं उसके अंदर में लगा दिया था इसलिए so we got the OL oh unordered list na UL okay so we got the name and country but I want to show that this is the name or this is the country means something like a value so write that here name okay and here we can write that country got it but what is the problem now this name is coming outside and then bullet sign then this value this not looking good so what we want that also together so take this keep inside got it so this type name and country that value came now what we have to do up to here anyone having issue clear
no sir for me no issue sir
others Clear? Had you got the idea how we can customize in the proper data, proper UI format? Okay. So now what we going to do? Be planning that the person who is belonging to suppose UK, the person who belonging to UK or who belonging to HK or who belonging to USA means different country. I want to show the color dynamically, automatic. Okay. So same code it is written here. If you understand up to here, then you will get that code. Now compare the code. See, this type of case actually you will get in the real scenario. Okay, when you will work on the real time project, you will get this type of case. Nothing is there, just one ng for, that's it. It will print the data. So see what it done here. Ng for it going to loop. After that li, let's save first. Then you will get some picture. So see, name and country. How we had passed the country? We had passed the country here. Okay, and we had written within the parenthesis. That's why we getting the parenthesis each side. And here it's we had passed 1, 2, anything, something like that. So that's why we getting 1. Okay, so whatever you will write, it will come. But the main point, the color section, how we will get the color? What we had done inside the NgStyle. Okay, just now we seen color is there, and after that get color, one method is there. Inside the get color, what we are passing? We are passing person dot country. What you will get value in the case of person dot country? See that we are writing here person dot country. So we are passing here person dot country. So what we getting? This all country name, UK, USA, or whatever country name is there. It will get that. But we are passing that inside the NgStyle. So this is a method. So let's go on the TypeScript page and see anything is there. So see, we had done here one method, get country, and inside that we are writing country name. And whatever value we are passing from there, means from the HTML in the NgStyle, we are passing person dot country. So on each loop, person dot country will be passed. Means first loop UK will pass, second loop USA, third HK, fourth this value, fifth this value. So each time that value will come there, and after that what will happen? It will came inside the switch case, and then it will compare whether what it will compare the first value UK, this value, it will compare with the case statement whether UK color should be, it should be return green. Return green in the sense this method, complete method, it going to return green color, and where it is passing, it passing to the color property. So what will be the final value for this complete line? It will be green. Correct or not? Because we getting from the return sentence. That's why. After that, suppose person dot country is something like USA. It will match the condition, and after that it will return the value blue. So what will happen? This method, it will remove, and here it will come blue. Got it? This will happen. Then same thing again, person dot country. So each time it will take the value and it will match, and whatever color it will pass, means we had written there, it will go and apply to the NgStyle this color property. That's it. And automatic we will get this color. If suppose you want to pass the background also, then also you can do that. Means here itself we can pass that color, background color section.
No,
Clear?
sir. Instead of here, you have to pass the TS folder.
Which TS? Yeah, means for background color you're telling. No, we can't
Yes,
pass
yeah.
here TS. that will be lengthy actually in place of passing here, because here we are returning just a color name. Okay,
But
and
in
here,
but here, if we are going to pass, then it will be applicable for all
yeah,
containers, sir.
yeah,
Same
yeah.
same color will be applicable.
No, do one thing. Wait. Where is the background property? Here we had written actually. No?
Sir, if we will pass in HTML, then you will not get dynamic background color.
That I doing. Wait. For right now, see, when you're going to write the code, don't write everything completely. Okay, just first verify whether it's working or not. After that only move to the next section.
Sir, got it, sir. Sir, here we will pass get color, then it will be.
We got now red. I not
Yes,
want this red for all. I want conditionally. So what we will do? We will create one method.
same
Okay,
as same
yeah.
as method. Okay, got it.
Get
Background,
background background.
country.
But wait, this time we will not go with country. We will go with the username.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
Name only.
name. See what we are doing. We are writing the name, and this method we will call on the background side.
Got it, sir. Got it.
Here we had written the red.
Name,
So remove
name.
that name and pass the get background, and after that we will pass the background color, means get background, and here we will pass that what name property. So if but name is a different, so it will be complicated. Go with the country, that country itself, because the
सर
name
इजी
is
कर दीजिए तो
because it's a name is a different name, so it's not the means. Yeah, one thing we can do, we can modify the data. That we can do in place of this much name, we can pass Ramu Ramu. Take this name itself somewhere more.
Sir, what logic behind you are modifying the data?
Otherwise, if we will going to match this condition name.
सर
Okay.
को टाइम लगेगा थोड़ा लिखने में इसलिए
Got it, sir.
No, that anyway, see, if we will not make this in case statement here, then it will not match the condition. Otherwise, we have to write that much multiple condition itself.
Got it.
Mohan Mohan.
सर मोहन बहुत यूनिक नाम है सर, रामू मोहन हमेशा आता है सर.
आप भी रख लीजिए
भाई मेरा शमीर नाम बहुत प्यारा नाम है, समझ गया.
ओके, हल्ला नहीं करो, यहाँ नामाकरण नहीं किया जा रहा है, यहाँ एंगुलर पढ़ा जा रहा है.
हमें भी चाहिए नेम
Okay, so what we will do, we will go with the switch case. Switch case, here we had written the name, because we are taking the name value, and after that we will match the condition case wise. So suppose name is Ramu, one case is Ramu, second case is Mohan, then where is that Sohan? Yeah, one case is Sohan. So three condition be taken. One name is Ramu, Mohan, Sohan. Suppose Ramu, then the background color is, take this yellow. Okay, Mohan, take this as green. Sohan, take this as pink. Three color. Now what will happen? Let's come to the HTML side. So here be taking the get background. Okay, here we had not passed the value. So just imagine one thing, whether we have not idea whether whatever we will pass, it will come or not. So what we will do, we will hard code the value. Let's verify first. So now what will happen? Ramu we had passed. Let's save and let's see anything is happening. So what happened? B got all as yellow color. Why? Because B had passed what value?
In bag in Ramu value.
Yeah,
Ramu
B had
value
passed
having yellow color.
Ramu
Yes.
here and check that Ramu having the yellow color.
Yellow
But
color.
now
Yes.
I not want yellow color. I want for Ramu yellow, for Mohan green, for Sohan pink. What we will do?
Person dot name.
We will
Person
pass
dot
the
name.
wait. We will pass the value dynamically. Okay. So remove this value and okay, let it to be single quote because we had written like that itself. So who getting that all the value person dot country we had written. So we will take otherwise here we are writing in the interpolation. Do one thing. Let's check by interpolation process whether we getting or not. Okay. We will write this type. Let's see whether we will get the value.
So it will be get the value.
So we not get the value. Why? Because due to the interpolation. Okay. So what we will do? We will remove the interpolation. Because when you have to print the value on HTML on UI, that time only you will write interpolation. If you have to pass somewhere, no need to interpolation. You can directly write person dot name. Clear? So remove this interpolation. And now save. And now see, now you getting or not. So this time also I think it will not work. Let's say reload. This also not work. Why? Because of the single quote. It considered this as a string. Okay. So remove this. Otherwise, suppose you want to check whether it's working or not. Do one thing. Right here console. Just cross verify whether you getting the proper data or not. It's not giving permission here. Console.log case or default. Okay. Oh,
केस
I
के
had
बाहर
written.
पास कीजिए सर.
हाँ यहाँ स्विच के पहले. Now check in the console.log what we are getting the value. This type actually you have to cross verify because sometime maybe you will not get proper. So it will be better just write console. You will get that proper detail. So see what we are getting. We are getting person dot name. How many time? 10 time. Means now just imagine if we are getting here person dot name, then how it will verify because it is Ramu, Mohan, Sohan. Means we have to get Ramu, Mohan, Sohan that value. So what we done here? We have to remove this single quote because that was making a string. Now this will make the value and now check in console. Be getting the data or not. So what happened? See, we got the data. Ramu, Mohan, Sohan, whatever is there. And that much time we got the data also. Means a colored also. Second thing, interpolation. Let's verify that also. Previously, due to the single quote, it was behaving like a string. Now we had passed just interpolation and value. Let's check in the console whether it's working fine this time or not. Because due to a string, it had make a due to single quote, it had made that in the string format. Now see, we got the error. Means we can't pass inside the method call or function call, we can't pass the interpolation symbol. We have to directly pass value. So how we getting the value? This person dot name or whatever property value is there. Let's verify now. Clear? We got the value. So this type actually you can cross verify in the console whether it's coming proper or not. Otherwise, just imagine one thing. If we not written this console, okay, and blindly we are writing here because we know that with the help of interpolation only be getting the value. So what you will do blindly, you will take this interpolation and you will start passing here and you will get the error because you will not get the value. because in method or parenthesis, inside the parenthesis, we can't pass that interpolation, then it will not work.
सर थोड़ा ईवेल की जगह पे ओएल कीजिएगा, ईवेल की जगह पे
क्या चीज?
ईवेल को रिप्लेस करके ओएल कीजिए।
कहाँ पर तुम रिप्लेस करने बोल रहे हो?
HTML
कहाँ पर?
Sir,
HTML
instead of UL, you make it OL.
That will not work. Then also you will get only 1
यही तो ऐसा
it will
क्यों?
not come that one, because each time it looping. Okay, you getting data that on each loop, but suppose you have to print this 1 2 3 4 numbering, how we can print? Tell me.
सर इंडेक्स की वजह से कर सकते हैं, इंडेक्स
Yeah,
करके,
so we
बट
will take the
ऐसे कैसे
index.
आएगा सर?
हाँ,
ओएल की मदद से कैसे आएगा वो?
OL के मदद से नहीं आएगा,
ओएल
with
की
the
मदद से
help
नहीं
of,
है।
नहीं, you will not get, because see, this is one loop, correct, and this all is coming under one loop. So one loop, one data only. Second loop, again that data started new. Clear? Then
सर ये NG4 है, ये किसी डिप के अंदर डाल के उसके अंदर li डाले तो सर
नहीं, तब भी नहीं आएगा ना, ये आएगा आपको जितना डेटा यहाँ पर है डेटाबेस में, ये उसको प्रिंट करेगा 1 2. See,
Sir, Sweta is
in,
here, sir.
yeah, so see, if I will print here li, okay, and interpolation, now I will take separate.
सर फॉर लूप पास कर दिया अगर डिप के अंदर तो
Now see, now we will get 1 2, because we have 2 li. Clear? See that we got 1 and 2, again 1 and 2.
सर
Why we get? Yeah,
अगर वो ये
you will not get
जो
any way. That is the point. Because main thing is looping. Where we are looping over this one. That's why you telling that
सर
you can pass this loop on div.
यस नो सर इनसाइड द ओएल सर
And this is the wrong way of writing the code, because OL will never support div.
and li pass inside the divs.
Correct?
Yes sir.
Let's verify, but I not thinking. Oh, you got that, but this is not the correct actually. Okay, because OL will not support the div.
वर्क तो कर रहा है ना सर, बस आप
वर्क
जैसा
कर
ही
रहा
है।
है, वर्क कर रहा है, बट वो करेक्ट नहीं ना बे है, तरीका वो नहीं ना है सही. Got it?
सर हम कहीं पढ़े थे कि अगर प्रोग्राम वर्क करे तो उसको छेड़छाड़ नहीं करना चाहिए।
हाँ सही है. For this actually we can go with the ng container. Okay, we will learn this ng container, where we will see that what is difference between div and ng container. On UI side you will not realize any changes, but there is some changes on the DOM side. Where is ng container? Are you getting anywhere? See this, from here we had started OL, correct? OL, but this ng container is not available there. See, li means ng container, when we writing, this is not the part of the DOM. in the sense this will not hold the space in your DOM. See that it not accepting the space in the DOM. But if you will write a div, remove that container and pass a div. Let's say now you will get the div here after OL. See that you got the div. Means
Yes,
due
sir.
that is the difference between ng dash container and a div. Div will take the space in the DOM. Okay, but ng dash container it not taking the space in the DOM. That is the main difference between the ng dash container and div. So that's why wherever suppose you want multiple loop 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, but there is no any option to apply any div h1 those all things. So in that case you can go with the ng dash container.
Okay, sir.
So like here in the OL, I have to loop something. I have to loop the data. So in that case, we can go with ng dash container, and this will be make that same use case. But it will not accept the space in your DOM section. See, got it? See that commented is there ng dash container. In interview, actually they are asking this thing. What is the ng dash container? They will ask ng dash container, ng dash template, these all things. What is ng dash template? Who will tell? Praful?
Sir, if condition use ng.
Yeah. No, that's okay, fine. But what is the use of ng dash template?
Sir, in else condition, we are using this one.
That's fine. That's also he told. But what is the use of this one? Why we are using inside if condition? What is the use?
Because
Sir, showing the
in if
output.
condition, in if condition targeting that a container using the addition. So if
No, not completely. But Praful had told one thing, showing the output. That's fine. But something is missing there, showing the output conditionally. Okay, because when the condition is true or false, that time only this is working. If you will write here anything now, it will not work.
oh, okay, okay, sir.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
You will not get this hello. But suppose if this condition will be true, you will get the hello. It will come directly. I don't know. You have not idea whether it will come directly or not. No, means we have to pass that that condition. If and else, then yeah. But main point, what is that? Showing the output conditionally. Conditionally is the main keyword. Okay, keep in
Okay.
mind. And this ng dash container. What is the use of ng dash container? It will display the data, but it will be not the part of your DOM. This is the main point. It will display the data. It will work like a div itself, other tag, but it will not the part of the DOM. But if suppose we are using div will acquire the space in the DOM. It will take the space, but ng dash container will not take the space. So wherever we can't use div h1, but there is a requirement of some tags. Okay, because suppose if we taken here, just imagine if we taking here div, what it will do? It will break the line because of the block level element. Means not only here, if you taken a span and inside the span, if you have to perform some action and there you taking some tag like a h1 p anything block level element, suppose you taking that formatting tag, then it will change the format itself. So we can't take the formatting tag. So if we taking block level element, it will break into new line. Suppose there we can't take the inline element, then there is no any option. means maybe condition, some possibility will be there. So in that type of scenario, we can go with the ng container. So ng container, it will perform whatever you have to do with the help of the tag. It will do all the task, but it will not take the space. It will just perform, that's it. So it's not going to affect your complete styling. Clear? That is the use of the ng container.
Oh, sir, pardon, please, sir.
ng container, just one single line, one line, ng container, it will not take a space in the DOM.
Then which
As
scenario
like,
will go for NG container, sir?
yeah, suppose that here itself we have taken OL, okay? Here we taken LI, and here we have to take NG for. How we can apply NG for? Because if you will apply with LI, then LI will get NG for that. LI will start looping. So it will not the perfect way that we want. We not want that one, but we want that ng for. And if we taking with the OL, what was the issue? Numbering issue. 1 2 3 4, that was the issue. So what we done, we gone inside that OL, but inside the OL some tag is required, then only we can push, we can apply the for loop. So what we can do, we can't apply the div here because li, ol or ul will never accept any other tag except li, correct? Because there is parent child relation. So ol will accept only li. So that type of relation, but we want one tag that for the looping purpose. So in that type of scenario, we can go with the ng container. समझ में clear?
Yes, sir, because this NG container is not belongs to block level.
Yeah, means just do one thing. Take this ng for and pass with the li, and let's see what is happening. What happened? Where is the data? Data gone. Means some mistake happened. Correct?
Yes,
So
sir.
means this is not the correct way where we can pass. That's why we want one level up.
So, sir, as simple as that, inside OL, yeah, UL, we cannot pass any div. So, for that purpose,
Not
we are
one.
going to
See, what is that another tag in that we can perform? ng
span also.
container.
Span
No,
also we can.
no,
भैया
inside
डायरेक्ट
us.
बेलहम कर रहे हैं ईमेल को.
Yeah,
Yes, that is the
tell,
property.
wait. Tell any other tag where we can't pass except of their children. Which tag is like that? Here OLI always will be in with the relation. Any other tag?
Anchor tag also.
No. Man, see. Inside anchor tag. Mardeep, yeah, tell.
So paragraph and span.
No. Because inside anchor tag, if we want H1, we can write there is no any restriction. Correct or
Yes, sir.
not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want some tag, there is a restriction as like UL and LI. Inside OL or UL, you can't pass any other tag except LI, correct? Here you
Yes,
can
sir.
pass H1. Is this allowed? H1 tag?
Yes, sir. It will be allowed.
Who told you? Just go take this code and put on W3 validator. You will get error. W3C validator, that is going to validate your HTML code. It will give you error. You can't write H1 or div anything inside OL or UL. Okay. So that is not the correct. So which tag is like that? Where there's some relation is going. We can't pass any other tag. No idea. What is the table tag?
Okay.
Table
Okay.
tag have their property tr,
And
then we will take td
TD and
or
TH
even,
also.
yeah, th
T head.
means these all things only we will write. Tell me any time we had taken any div inside this or even h1.
No, sir.
We can't take this. Got it?
Inside div we taken table.
Yeah, that is another thing, because this all div completely be written inside the div and then be passed table. That is another thing. But because now this is the parent, but if you take a div, then div is the parent and table is the children, correct? But you
Yes,
can't
sir.
write like a table become the parent and a div inside the child. You can't write like that. So then, so see what will happen. Suppose there we want the looping, where we will place the looping on the tr, and suppose there is no any chances to pass the loop, means multiple loop 2 3 time. Suppose we want to loop this one, then we will go with the ng for, okay, one loop. I want one more loop. What we will do now, we will place inside this one, or if we going to take a here tr, it become the problem, correct or not?
Yes, it will be
because
problem.
because it will create what you two row, see, row inside the row, it's not the perfect. So in that type of scenario, we can go with the ng container. So now we can take here ng dash container,
सर आज बहुत भारी जानकारी मिला सर.
and now we can pass that ng dash container here. Now it will work perfect. This type we can
ये
pass multiple loop, and suppose
ये
we want a
क्वेश्चन से
loop.
कितना सॉल्यूशन मिला?
सच में यार बहुत भारी भारी जानकारी है ये.
And now
उठाने से
we
नहीं
can
उठेगा.
pass like that. Suppose you want one more loop, no issue, we can pass again that ng container inside, like this type. When you see, when you working on the real data, okay, that time you can't tell the customer that I will means we can go with only one loop. No,
Sir, got it, sir.
this is the scenario actually.
So the
एक और प्रॉब्लम है जोसेन में सर, हमको वो ट्रू क्यों करना पड़ रहा है रिजॉल्व जोसेन मॉड्यूल को?
क्या करना पड़ रहा है?
टीएस कॉन्फ़िग में रिजॉल्व जोसेन मॉड्यूल को ट्रू करना पड़ रहा है जोसेन फाइल को यूज करने के लिए.
कौन सा एंगुलर इंस्टॉल कर लिए हो तुम?
वही है 13 नहीं है 13 नहीं है जो आप भी. हाँ 13 ही होगा शायद, देखना
पता
पड़ेगा.
नहीं,
अभी
कुछ
13 नहीं चल रहा है.
तो कोई
13 नहीं
कॉन्फ़िगरेशन
होगा.
इशू होगा 13 का. Okay, so see, had you got idea?
A lot idea, sir. We got.
These all thing actually now when you have the matrix data, that time you have to think like this type of scenario.
देखिए सर, हम लोग अभी पढ़ लिए.
भाई कहना क्या चाह रहे हो धर्मेंद्र?
सर जोसेन वाला प्रॉब्लम बताइए ना, क्या हो रहा है वैसे?
हो गया, एक दिन में सारा नहीं बता देंगे, चलो अगला दिन पढ़ेगा. एक ही दिन मास्टर बन जाएगा तो फिर कल ही हम ही को बोलेगा चलिए बैठिए पढ़ाते हैं, है कि नहीं समीर?
नहीं नहीं सर, गुरु गुरु रहेगा, चला चला चीनी नहीं होगा.
देखता हूँ धर्मेंद्र, 1 सेकंड. टॉपिक ऐसे भी खत्म हो गया, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
सर श्वेता कुछ नहीं बोल रही है सर.
श्वेता शांत है.
श्वेता शांति का प्रतीक है.
श्वेता कहती है कहाँ से बीच में हिंदी घुसा देता है लोग.
Sir, I follow Buddha, so that's why I not speak.
That's correct. One second.
सर ये क्या दिखा रहे हैं सर? ये
ग्रिड है, ग्रिड सिस्टम बनाया है सर.
अच्छा हुआ धर्मेंद्र जो बता दिया मेरे को, नहीं तो हमको मालूम नहीं था. सर कहाँ
ग्रिड
मिल चला
क्वेश्चन
रहे
सर
हैं?
बहुत फंसाता है सीएसएस में सर. जोसेन
सही.
इंटरव्यू में पूछ दिया हमसे
कॉल
ग्रिड.
स्ट्रेंथ. सर
One
कहाँ आपका
second.
मिल चल रहा है सर?
Status of
सर आवाज सुनाई दे रही है आपको?
Yeah, 1 second. Some message they had posted. Registered for a caps. Here roll number. Then suppose just a amount. Suppose amount. So here we pass some data. Name as A. Here we passed the name as B. Here we passed the name as C. Here we pass class 1. Then we passed here class 2. Then here we pass the class 3. Here we pass roll number 101, roll number 102, roll number 103. Here amount 700, 500, 502. Suppose that you have to target some particular data. Okay, this data, how you can target, and something there also.
With the help
Just
of roll number.
imagine first. Just consider this as second. Just consider this as 3. This type. Now you have to target this data. 102. How you will target? This is matrix form. X, Y. So for targeting roll number means 102, you have to point a second and a roll.
And roll. Okay.
You have to target this one, roll, and the second. Then only this matrix will got match, and then you will get this value. Correct? So in
Yes,
that
sir.
type of scenario, suppose you have to print this value completely. You will use one ng for, you have to print this value. You will use another ng for, you have to print this value. You will use another ng for. So that type of scenario, in that case, you have to work on the multiple ng for, means nested. Got it? So that
Yes,
time
sir.
you have to work like that. So you have to think like that matrix type of scenario, that how you can point that particular data. Suppose that for access permission, suppose first, second, third, this is admin. Okay, this is normal user, and this is something. So he have all the access, read, write, delete, all access. He have some particular access. He have some particular access. So that time you have to think like that type of scenario. So that time nested loop will work.
Sir, got it what you're trying to say, because you'll go for ng container.
Yeah. So that time you have to think that way. Okay. So this was the ng style. Anyone having any issue? Now tell me. We
Sir,
covered
for
complete ng style. There is no any example. Now go through the document. So see, whatever we had done, all the examples, all you will get the in the document itself. Okay, one by one I had pointed out, there is no any explanation required, because just ng style means for loading, means for styling dynamically. Okay, then you will get all the examples here, whatever we had seen, and in the last I had given the examples overall. Okay, complete example itself. Here you can see that example 5, 6, 7. Same thing it is, you will get here also example number. So if you taking copy this line, example 9, so just you have to take care this side also, that some example 9 is variable is declared or not. Okay, so you have to take care like that type. Fine. Anyone having any issue? Tell me.
no
No
issue,
issue.
sir. For me, no issue,
Shivani,
sir.
Shivani, Praful, Roshan.